Okay, sorry about that. I forgot to swap the stuff over to show the roll 20. So my bad. In our last session, our party had gone through the city of Andros, and Shade had gone to visit a temple of Isra in Blackstone via the portal network, and had discovered that his old mentor was still alive. And for some reason, I closed the the window that had my notes on it. Oops. Okay, let me reload that real quick. You ever just accidentally do that before fellow DMs? You just accidentally close your notes in the middle of talking.
Oh, 100%, yeah.
God, I hate it when that happens. Yes, his
Happened
old
to me, like, 2
mentor.
weeks ago.
I
His
mean, I
old-
close my character sheet a lot when I need it.
Yeah. His old mentor, Kurt Braun, general of the Knights of Isra, was still alive, and he went and spoke with him. The old general was not entirely sure if others had survived, as he had gone in after them to try and save whoever he could, but was, alas, unable to. He came back from the Shadowfell, maddened and in a state of duress, but thanks to his fellows in the church, the divine magics of the clerics were able to help what's the word I'm looking for? Fuck. Rehabilitate. That's the word. Rehabilitate his broken mind. And while he still has a few after effects, a little bit of the evidence of shadow taint, he is otherwise fairly healthy and on the path to returning to his former self. Braun agreed to try to muster up some forces for the Order in order to help against the dragon Sharagral. Meanwhile, back in the city of Andros, that is, because these are too soon, the party was enjoying some breakfast, and during that time, the news was dropped off.
Back at the ranch.
The paper, yes. The paper had been dropped off, and it was read by Emoji, who the night before had been chosen by the by the local Tressum that has taken residence within the Aether estate, Aether home, I should say. And while reading the paper, Emoji learned a few things. Mainly, they have shown up in the news, and Artemis, in particular, someone wants to interview her. But some bad news was also in the paper, as Emoji read that her own mother had taken a poisoned arrow in order to save somebody else while out on the field. An assassination attempt was made against a military officer who she was speaking with at the time, and she sacrificed herself in order to save them. She remains in critical condition and is being moved to an undisclosed location to receive medical aid. To cheer her up, the party decided to go to the arena and watch a fight against a dragon by a group of adventurers known as the Wyvern Hunters. Unfortunately, the Wyvern Hunters, though they appeared to be victorious over the dragon, did not realize it was merely a ruse. The dragon was playing dead, and as they were celebrating their victory prematurely, the dragon unleashed its breath weapon upon the adventurers. And the fighter of that party had pushed the sorceress out of the way, who then followed up with her own magic to defeat the dragon afterward, as the dragon was on death's door during that moment. After that, the announcer had declared that this was an unsatisfactory conclusion, and would like to receive volunteers to make their own attempts at defeating the dragon. The party had jumped into the ring to throw their hat in, along with their bodies, and made a fool of the dragon, defeating it rather quickly.
Damn right.
Their prize? The shield guardian that the announcer was using to speak through would now serve them as a faithful companion. And so the amulet was taken up by Sentinel, who now is attuned to it, who will be attuning to it, and will be the one in control. So, before we begin, we'll just go ahead and have each of the players say hi and introduce themselves, as well as plug their content if they would like to. We'll start, as usual, with Sentinel.
Hi, my name is Chaplain Rex. I am playing the Warforged fighter known as Sentinel. You can just find me on Twitch and or Twitter on Chaplain Rex. Nothing too exciting about it, no underscores or nothing. But besides that, have a great day. I'm going to toss this over now.
Emoji, try to catch it.
Yeah,
That's a hot potato right there. Quick.
it's mine. Hi, my name is Christopher. I'm a professional dungeon master. I run my own tabletop games. If you're ever looking for a DM and you're looking for somebody who's been doing it for quite some time, you can find my services over on startplaying.games at Christopher. Yeah. Go commission me. I'd appreciate it.
What's going on with my Roll20? Hold on. Oh, okay, there. I fixed it. It's better. It's better right now. Okay. Alright. My window capture was all fucky there. Alright, up next is Theo.
Hi, I'm Icon from the channel Icon VT. I am a VTuber who is currently on hiatus. However, I have come back specifically for this campaign and also have joined Vazrik's other campaign on Sundays. So
Yeah.
if you want to see more, check it out there.
Alright. Up next is Artemis.
Yo! I am King Weeb the Fourth, a VTuber, streaming on YouTube currently. I play as Artemis Aether.
Okay. And up next and last but not least is Shade.
Huh? Oh, hello.
Hi.
Hi, I'm AGF Arsenal, Archdevil VTuber. You can find me over at AGF_Arsenal on Twitch, where I play a variety of games. Everything coming from D&D to Baldur's Gate, shooters, puzzle games, and kind of everything in between. And I play the party's Shadow Sorcerer, who, if I remember correctly, also found a bunch of information on Marcus Heights last session, which I need to get to the party. No, I got it to the party. Never mind.
That's true.
No, you just went, I gotta go by, and you took off.
Yeah, no, I shoved the.
Yeah, he gave it to
Something to-
Theo, and Theo read it, and then he gave it to you guys, to Sentinel and Emoji.
I don't know if they gotten to absorb that information though, because then you guys fought a dragon.
Right.
So I think you still need to talk about that.
True.
That is very true. Mhm. Alright, so we will go ahead and pick up where we had left off. As you guys have received this Shield Guardian, the voice coming from it begins to fade, but it says a few things before it does. It says, "One last thing before my connection drops. You should come see me at my shopping center, Finn's Arcane Emporium. We can iron out the details on where merchandising rights better and then the voice cuts off.
Oh, merchandise.
But yes, the Shield Guardian has gone silent as the connection got cut off.
I'm sure we could stop by there, but we have some important things to discuss. Theo will look nervously at Artemis. I really mean it. Things are worse than we imagined previously.
Oh dear. I guess we should talk about it. house is just a few minutes away, and once we have that sorted, we can start purchasing our supplies.
Yes.
You guys would see
Sentinel.
another shield guardian walk out and sit on the throne up here.
Sentinel, have you figured out how to move this thing yet?
Give me a moment. I'm just gonna like think. Hey, follow me.
It follows you.
Okay, the mental commands.
All right. I suppose we should get out of here. Does anyone know where the exit is in this
Yeah,
arena
wait,
we
we
jumped
just-
into?
Can we just climb out?
Please exit stage left.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, my
Who's
next question, I
left?
was gonna
My
ask,
left
like,
or
are they
your
like
left?
getting us out of here
Uh,
for the next performance, or?
But stage west. There you go. Now up next, we have a wonderful show for you all. A group of circus clowns will be fighting another rival group of circus clowns.
Oh wait, hold on. I want to see that.
Actually, this bullshit can wait. I need to see this.
All right, so Fumbles the Clown's team versus Krungo the Clown. They're fighting over who gets to keep the O at the end of the name.
They're fighting over a letter. This is amazing.
Clown group led by Bozo the
All right, it's time to see who wins.
Oh my god, it's Krungo
Alright.
with a steel chair!
Oh my god, I want that.
Ladies and gentlemen, he is broken in half.
All right, it's Fumbo the Clown who wins. The battle is drawn on with balloon swords that they made.
I love it.
The last clown standing is the only one with a balloon that hasn't popped. There we go. Alright, but the rest of the shows go by, and a lot of them are just, like, non-lethal for the most part, but those that are, like, risk of death are mostly against, like, beasts. Nothing quite as exciting as a dragon or
Yeah,
clown.
why did they start with the dragon? They're like, yes, an amazing, mighty battle with a dragon. Anyways, and next we have arts and crafts over in the lab.
If you come over to this section, we
Listen,
have-
they
we
were
have
evil
one-
space clowns, okay? It's that's why it's special.
Introducing our next
Kidding.
episode, competitive knitting.
Nah, I kind of just said that as a joke, but hey.
It was a good one though. It was a good one.
Yeah, the clown thing
And
was.
remember to come back next week for some Hollyphant wrangling.
Yes, the coat of normal people who aren't murderous at all brought us this
Get out of here,
Hollyphant.
Baldur's Gate 3 protagonist. We don't want you here. Go back to your own game.
Hey, Hollyphants are a real thing.
Yeah, I know, but like, you kill
Oh,
one
yeah.
if you're trying to become a
Yeah, ballast,
assassin
yeah.
of Ball. Yeah.
Yeah.
But what shall the party do now that the actual arena stuff is done? Because everything else is just kind of over. There wasn't actually clowns,
I
guys. It
believe
wasn't
we're
canon.
heading back to the Aether Estate. To the Aether Estate.
Okay. I think that's where Shade was gonna meet back up with them when he returns, right? If he's returned yet.
Yeah.
Would you say you'd be heading back over here, Shade, or do you have more business in Blackstone before you leave?
I think if there was any way at Blackstone headquarters to try and at least get a lead on where my other old members could be, maybe I can't get an exact location, but similar to like the divination that was done for me to see that they were even alive to begin with. If there's any way to try and at least get a lead on where they could be, so I can start searching, I would do that and then head back.
All right, you can have free access to their records since you were a member of their order before. So if you want to give me an investigation, you can read through their records through the last couple of years, see if there's anybody matching their description that may have been seen or come through here.
Investigation.
Yes. Investigation. Hey, that's a pretty good roll. All right, nat 19. All right, so combing through the records of names that are held within the church, you would eventually come across the name of your old friend and brotherly figure, Damien. These are the records of Damien. Anything related to Damien that would have been prevalent to the Order. Most of the documents here are outdated and date before the expedition into the Shadowfell. There is one more recent entry, though, which is a bit how do I put this? Unsure. Whoever was writing this puts a disclaimer that it might not be him, but somebody that looks like him was spotted within the northern climes up to the snowy north. Somewhere near, and I will go ahead and bring you to this map so you can see. Somewhere near Eldgrimir.
So I wasn't, when I got out of the Shadowfell and was kind of staying away from the church for a while before I got back into, what it is that I do. I kind of stayed near the north, at least a little near Eldemir. Can I look through and see if any of the descriptions might have been confused for me, or if I just fucking like brushed by this dude and just never knew it, kind of like two boats in the night kind of deal?
Sure, you can do like an insight.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Yeah.
-1 to this. All right. 9. I'm gonna spend a sorcery point.
Okay.
15.
All right. While many of the descriptors sound like you, there is one thing that strikes you. The individual that was seen was actually slaughtering people further north from Eldgrimir. In one location, though they have not been able to send anybody out to investigate that location,
Ooh,
aside
that's not
from
good.
asking in the actual village.
Got it.
The location described is around there, within the forest.
So I probably full on like may have brushed past this guy and just never noticed.
That is completely possible.
Yeah.
Or perhaps he showed up after you had
Maybe looking
emerged.
for me. Yeah. Jade takes that in and goes through.
It is dated to have been reported about a month ago. And the person who reported on or who was witness to this, was a villager from Eldgrimir who was hunting at the time. He and his hunting buddies had the unfortunate circumstance of running into whoever this is. Though it was said that Damien was a chivalrous knight and would not simply attack people for no reason. So this may not be him. And if it is, then perhaps he's in a state where he isn't completely in control of his faculties.
I take in all that information, write down what I can, again using Mage Hand to just kind of write stuff in my journal while I'm reading. And if there's nothing else I can get here out of this, then I make my way back.
Okay. And if you just want to make a mark on the map for what you're looking for, it's right about there.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Let me
Somewhere in that area.
do that. And just sort of somewhere in this area, right?
Yep, somewhere around there.
All right.
Okay. And
Capital level turn.
with that, that is all the prevalent information you can find, as there's no records on any of the other people that you had gone in that have been updated since the expedition to the Shadowfell, aside from the general, of course. Anything else you're looking for there, or should we move along?
I think that would be all of it.
Okay.
There might be stuff that he's thinking about, like trying to look for or acquisition, but might not be in the right mind state at like good headspace at the moment. So I think the adrenaline of having read Marx's plans, rushing in here and everything, I think that's starting to wear off, and he's starting to get kind of. I'll make a wisdom save real quick for him. See
Okay.
how bad this is. Kind of doing his best, so staying pretty level-headed, but like there is a building amount of anxiety being back in the temple, and though Kurt might be accommodating to him, the reason he stayed away is because he didn't know if they would take him back, or looking at this guy who in a temple of the god of the sun, using shadow magic and having this, how he looks now, and having the story of, if he was the only one who made it out, it doesn't paint him in a good light, having been changed physically and got these powers, and you're the only one that made it out. He kind of was just nervous that they might accuse him or not take him back. So that nervousness is picking back up, and I think he's probably done here. He's going to go back to the capital.
Okay. By the way, while you were talking to the general, you would have been able to feel at least a bit of shadow corruption remains within him, even though they've been trying to dispel it.
Yep.
Yeah. So they might offer the same to you, but it's up to you if you wish to.
And then that leads me to another question. I ended up getting magic. I ended up getting magic out of this, and though I changed physically, I still have my mental faculties about me for the most part. Do I have shadow corruption, or was something about my divinity, or something about like the god that I worshipped before this, or the deal that I made, did any of that is why I kept my mental faculties, or do I just not know, and just for some reason?
You can give me either an arcana or a religion.
Yeah, I guess while he's here, he would have tried to like look up scrolls on that and see like, why am I still alive? Why did I get magic out of this? And did I even get shadow corruption, or is this something else? So arcana, or what was the other one?
Or religion. Your choice.
Arcana. They're both the same, but I think I'll do arcana. No.
Yep. Okay.
I think I'll do religion for this. I think he wants to know if it's anything about the god he worshipped is why he ended up this way. So I'll do religion.
Okay.
20. Not nat. 30,
all right. So the protection of Isra is not worth as much in the Shadowfell, as it is a place that is controlled by a deity of madness who is referred to by the moniker oftenly as the darkness between the stars. And as such, her power does not quite extend as far into the Shadowfell as, say, another deity would be. I don't know whose dog that was, but a dog barks outside of the church as you're thinking about this.
Love the atmosphere.
Yes. The thing about the Shadowfell, and the thing about your heritage as an Aasimar, your body is typically attuned to radiance, energy of the heavens, right? However, something else is at play here. Your body should have been corrupted by the Shadowfell. By all means, you should be a mindless puppet of the Fell. But something else is at play here that has prevented that from happening, and you aren't entirely sure if it's connected to your divine heritage or not. Because just thinking about the potential of what you read just a moment ago, it doesn't seem that Asimars are immune to this. If that's true. If that's truly Daniel.
Okay. Got it. Yeah, I think with that, he maybe considers maybe coming back another time and doing more research, but is now kind of just that anxiety is seeping in again, so he needs to get out of here.
All right. Well, if you plan on taking the portal again, the fee is as it usually is.
Yeah, I'd like to go the long way around. No.
Are you sure?
be back in 5 sessions. Goodbye, everybody. No.
Let's see. How long would that take?
3 weeks, I'm guessing. That's my bet. Place
I'll
your
do the
bets.
math.
Come on, everybody.
Wait,
place
you don't
your
have
bets.
a mount, though, do you?
No, I do not.
Okay, 569 miles.
And I would like to full Terminator run the entire way there.
It would take you about 25 days.
3 weeks and 4 days. I fucking called it.
Fuck.
Damn.
Let's go.
I know my shit.
That was the shit. All right. But yes, by then, who knows what'll happen to the western coast if that is left to the rest of the party.
You know what? And I think maybe this is something that he would have, before the research and everything, probably something he would have told Kurt during their conversation.
Mhm.
Is as he's telling them to like muster, who the order and everything, to on as they are marching, whether they are teleporting or whether they are marching, however they are getting there, to at least send a small contingent to Charlegrim's Fall to see if anything is going on there, since now that he knows Charlegrim is connected to all of this.
All right. Cool. Yeah, he'll have some scouts check the area out. All right. So with that, I think that's it, right?
Yep. Yeah.
Okay.
That's all I can think of.
With that, it'll be 100 gold to use the portal network, and then you'll be able to head back to the cabin.
Yep.
All right.
Was it 75 to get here, right? Because I got a reduced price from that one guy.
Yep.
So 325. Got it. Okay.
Yep. Okay, and you reappear in the capital city. I'll just take us back to the map here. As for the rest of the party, well, I think that would have been going on while you guys were fighting in the arena. So you'd arrive back in town just as they were finishing up. So you're over here on this side of town. If you saw the ping, I don't know if you did. Right there.
Portal network.
Yeah. As for the rest of the party, you guys head back to the Aether house. Shade is not back yet. Not quite. You guys would get there before he would, as he has to traverse pretty much the entire town to get over there.
Artemis will unlock the home and head on in.
Okay, your sister is not there anymore, as she had to leave while you were gone.
All right.
Sentinel emoji, did you get a chance to read the paper I gave you?
I have not.
All right.
Give us a
well,
paper?
Yes, you didn't misplace it, did you?
No.
Good, because that would cause a lot of problems.
Out of game, which paper is it again?
I think it's the notes that were copied,
Red Dragon burned it.
right?
Don't say that. He'll make it real.
The red dragon burned your notes.
No!
Oh no.
Actually, I think you're the only one who didn't get hit by that.
No, I took no damage to that fight.
Yeah.
That was it. What was the notes for?
The notes were the notes that were copied from Marcus's journal, that Shade made the notes and handed to Theo as he was running out to go do his thing.
Okay, why did I not remember any of this? What the fuck?
Emoji was a little emotional at the time, so that might be.
Oh,
This is
that's
true.
when it. Oh, yeah. Then I would
Yeah.
not have. I would
Yeah.
not have paid attention. She would have no idea.
Right.
I didn't even write it down in my inventory. So yeah, I forgot about that.
She was listless and brooding over hearing about her mom.
What, do you have any papers that you don't recognize that might be in your bag?
Hold on a moment. It's going to take me some time. And she like starts sifting through her bag of holding, which, mind you, is filled with like, I don't remember how much, but like a boatload of our Heroes of the Mirror merch that we got. Like, she literally got everybody like one of everything.
She's like
How
pulling
much
out.
did you say it was? It was like 750 gold worth of merchandise.
Yeah,
that I
yeah.
bought?
Yeah.
Something like
So
that.
she
yeah.
pulls out like commemorative T-shirts, a mug, a few plush versions of yourselves,
Oh my god.
the plushie of the dragon, which was limited time edition because they weren't gonna make any more after the dragon got killed.
I'm going to sign some of this and make a mint. But eventually she does pull out the paper. Like, oh, nope, I don't remember this one, so I think it's this one.
Yes, that would be the one. Thank you. All right, so to catch everybody up to speed, Shade has opened and deciphered Marcus's journal, and things are way worse than we might have predicted.
Explain.
Marcus, I might have at some point thrown out a theory that Marcus is trying to ascend to godhood, right?
Yeah, that was what he
Mhm.
told us, which is why he wanted us to kill him at the time.
Right. It's worse than that.
What do you mean?
He is looking to go even further beyond.
I'm just kidding.
I literally was about to say, like, well, Force Ultra, I guess.
Please screaming outside!
Why are the clouds all condensing on one point?
Order
Get
is
attacked
outside
by
and
the
cast
clouds.
silence.
Yeah, in that scene, the clouds are all moving towards Goku and like disappearing over him.
So what? He's looking to become a cosmic devourer?
Yes, actually, literally.
Oh,
He
shit.
is
I thought that's what we
looking
already
to
established.
become the reincarnation of the Devourer.
Okay, so he's just trying to take a slot that's left
Fuck.
open. How exciting.
That is something that is more powerful than we could possibly fathom.
Alright, so we gotta get him early.
Yes.
We currently have no idea where he fucking is.
Oh, but he has to make a move on something. This dragon's something.
His plans. Well, another thing is that this dragon is absolutely part of the greater plan. Not say the name of.
What the,
What?
where'd the ding come from?
Taco Bell. Taco
Was that me?
Macho burrito. Doo-doo-doo.
Was that me?
I don't know.
Did I disconnect and reconnect by accident? Because that's my connection noise.
You literally did a he who shall
Probably.
not be named, and there was just a fucking Taco
Taco
Bell
Bell.
gone.
What the fuck happened?
You want fries with that? That'll be $4, baby.
I think I might have.
All the grand
Umbra's
plan
just sitting there
of
like,
the
listen, I
great
didn't say
evil
my name that
primeval
time, but I
Taco Bell.
a little bit.
What the hell? Oh my god.
Not
Okay.
even the technicality.
Anyway,
Anyway.
continue where you left off. My apologies.
Our great primeval patron who does a lot of watching, but I will not say the name of. The dragon was also part of the plan. The plan was to create a diversionary chaos. For what? I don't know. But they are connected. Also, Marcus laid out exactly what he intends to devour to grow in power. He can consume some large and important part of the weave, absorbing the arcane energy from that. He can absorb divine energies from demigods and the like. And what was the third thing? I don't remember the third thing.
The souls and bodies of the of mortal kind.
Right. Or the souls of mortals en masse. Either of those three things will fuel his transformation into the Devourer.
So how do we stop that?
Hell if I know.
Oh boy.
If I had to guess, of the things that we have circled on the map, there is one thing that cannot consciously fight back against being devoured. That would be the storm, which is a critical part of the weave. That storm, not being sentient in its own right, would have to be protected by others. Everything else would be able to fight back. And judging by the fact that we almost killed him, I don't think he's quite up to par currently with fighting demigods and other deific beings. If I had to make a guess, I would guess that would be his first target.
So he's
We're
trying to eat
completely
a
tied
storm?
up.
And there's a couple of other details that are also important that you already have. The back of the map that he had said the mirror is key, for one.
Right.
And the second, in those notes, he described the process of creating another like him as a test dummy. And also mentioned that he killed that test dummy, but did not mention how he killed it. So Marcus knows how to kill whatever he's become right now.
Alright. Theo will relay that as well. So
Just
he
some
can-
details that got glossed over that were mentioned in previous sessions. So you would know this.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
Mhm.
So he can be killed, and he knows he can be killed, and he knows how he can be killed. We don't, but he does. That does mean he is vulnerable.
But those two have us completely tied.
Not only that,
Okay.
but the southern side of things, the Empire is also tied up in the war.
Right.
Well, one is a dragon that's making moves on that side. One is a galactic threat, apparently, a cosmos threat, and one is a natural war. Natural wars we can handle is keeping on the time. The cosmic one I feel like is the top priority, and this dragon, I mean, don't get me wrong, it's a different variant of it, but it can lead into other problems.
Right.
The war one we can't do anything about. That's just back and forth, and that one's going to be who can outlast who in that situation, and I feel pretty good on our end. But the dragon and the soon to be wannabe devourers obviously got to take threats. This storm, we know where, who, what, where, when, and why, right? Like we have all that planned out for the most part.
Pretty much. I'm sure Artemis could fill us in greater detail.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but can Andros just rip that storm out, or is this like a natural thing? I just want to make sure like we have our resources, ideas going.
As far as I'm aware, it's a critical part of the weave of the underlying magical bullshittery that exists in this world.
Andros cannot pull it. It's the thing that's keeping the dragons away.
That's the other thing. If he were to attack the storm, it would create further chaos, further distraction, further diversion as the dragons would attack.
Okay, if we stop Marcus from the storm part. Okay, so here's the issue. If we leave this shadow dragon alone, that's a lot of good folk and everything I know on that side, and they're not dragon ready. Maybe I could talk to Calmar making something crazy, but I can't even guarantee anything on that. And the storm is the only barrier from other future dragons coming up. Like, we have to prioritize that, because if that goes down, it won't even matter about the dragon. There'll just be so many running around. And I assume dragons work well together, right? They're not in conflict. Like, once they get past that, they'll have a mutual hatred for Andros, and we'll have to play defense and pour different resources elsewhere.
Well,
I don't know, man. Have you ever
the
seen two
island of
dragons have a
storms should still
conversation
be
before?
occupied by
Have you ever seen dragons have a conversation?
the
No,
island
this
of
is my
storms
first dragon today. Yeah.
should still be occupied by the Blood Knights.
Do you think they can handle Marcus?
Well, we almost managed to kill him before.
Well, yeah, he was like 3 minutes into his fucking cycle, and we almost got him. Yeah, of course. It's just, I don't know what he's done then to now. Like, I don't know what the rules are for
Right,
him
and
evolving.
he also has time on his side. He gets to choose when he attacks. He could prepare whenever for that attack, and we would have no way of knowing what is coming.
Sucks. Okay.
While you guys are scratching your heads, thinking and planning, Shade, you were heading back to the Aether House, right?
Yes.
Okay, it'd be around here that Shade would reappear at the doorstep.
Shade.
Another knock on the door and a see, I'm gonna do one more of these just for my own sake. Doing better. So
Okay.
a normal faced, Shade, calm, definitely calmer than when he ran out this morning and handed you the papers. How did everything go? Everything do all right?
Kill the dragon.
Not the dragon, just a
Yeah.
dragon.
Kill the dragon.
There's a
Yeah,
there-
it's really fucked
there-
up.
there is a the silence that came from me is there's an audible silence from Shade that and a look that says I was gone for a few hours.
Also,
long
there was a
story
big
short.
metal man standing outside. I forgot to mention
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, no, we won that a contest. The dragon we killed. Apparently they set up dragons here where they bring them here to get killed and stuff, and they revive them to kill them again. I'm not gonna judge them because it's my only dragon experience I've ever been a part of, besides wyverns, and those weren't really wyverns.
I will.
I'm going to judge. That's pretty fucked up.
Okay.
that's-
Yeah, no,
that's,
all right, I'm just gonna.
Not only was it fucked
Yes,
up,
sir.
it was like the guys that we fought that fought the dragon before were such pushovers. Like we were going to recruit them and stuff, but they were like so bad at it. And then we fought it, and it was a cakewalk. And like,
Yeah, we killed it in
I'm
less
just
than a
so
minute.
sad because like that was my first dragon kill, and it was like so easy. I thought it would be harder than that.
Well, don't worry, the next one will be.
Yeah, but this is my first one. It's supposed to be special.
It was special.
There's-
You got to fight alongside us.
What? Like I killed it in one blow. Dragons don't do that. They're supposed to be like the fights are supposed to take like an hour, and they're supposed to be like near death experiences, kind of like the other guys that fought it. Only not stupid.
Well, if you can't consider it not a real dragon, consider it not a real fight. It was kind of
No,
fixed.
I mean it was. I mean I'm not going to say he wasn't a real dragon. I mean he was very
Well,
real. He was very mean and stuff to us. So, I mean, I'm not going to take that away from him. He just
Yeah,
he's
that's
just a
fair.
bit of a bummer.
The look
Yeah,
of I
I
was
get it.
gone for 2 hours continues to remain on his face.
Oh, apparently we're like micro celebrities now. Show him the merch.
She spills all the merch all over the floor. Like, we got merch, baby!
The audible silence now becomes audible. I was gone for 2 hours.
This is a very long time. Just enough for the pay-per-view.
A lot can happen in 2 hours.
Just enough for a pay-per-view.
We're going over right now the notes that you transcribed.
Yes,
Right. Yeah, that.
I was just talking about how I believe his first target will be the storm.
Marcus's or the dragon?
Marcus's. The dragon we got a little bit more information on here, but not much else. There was a lot of information that you very quickly dumped on us about Marcus, so we were discussing that.
Yeah, it's a lot. That's rough.
Big exposition dump.
The book, by the way, those notes are kind of all we have now. The book has been destroyed.
What do you mean
What
destroyed?
do you mean?
I mean, it's gone.
What happened to it?
It's no one will be able to get their hands on it and use it for maybe their own ill gains or anything like that. Basically, what we have transcribed is what we have. I got down every pertinent information that I could, everything that was at least readable, and got rid of the book.
Emoji wants to insight check that, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because he
Do it.
did not answer the question at all.
He did not answer.
I also
Like,
did
what
not hear
happened to the book? It's destroyed.
It's gone.
Yeah, but how? It's gone.
Yeah,
Artemis,
okay.
why?
Are you
Artemis,
gonna do
why?
a deception to try and
Yeah.
Okay, well,
Why?
Artemis. Artemis,
I believe
you
him.
feel like he's leaving something out. He's avoiding eye contact with you specifically.
Ah, God damn
It's
it, Greg!
Artemis is going to return the stare She is staring directly into his soul. And she places her hands on the table and widens her stance. And she is going to ask, how was it destroyed? Do not avoid the question.
Impressive.
In a big burst of divine light.
Like out of nowhere?
Yeah.
Did you like throw it in the river? Or like,
What happened?
Damn it! Getting the realization that the pressing isn't going to stop. I put a singular page in the river, knowing that the waters are forever pure and this book is a horrible thing, which was enough to call Andros, and I bumped into him on the street like a normal man, and had a brief conversation with him. I handed him the book. I assured him that I'm doing all that I can to help, and he sort of nodded at me and then burned the book, and I ran off into Blackstone. He
we are so fucked.
sort of fell on the ground, and he helped me back up.
Why were you being secretive about that? That's so weird.
We are so fucked.
Because and he points over to he's only been here for a couple of days, and after why are you secretive about that? He points to Artemis, who how does this look?
Hey, the cop, the feds already know. Looking at you.
No, mainly now that it is out, and he's asked, why were you being secret about this? I want to know, what does Artemis look like? What's her general reaction from being like, oh, I bumped into your god on the street like a commoner. He picked me back up, like literally put a hand out and helped me up. Had a brief conversation with him, to which I then handed him the book and bolted. Like he was any other man. Like, after that is out, I want to know, what am I staring at?
All right. Well,
the book
yeah.
get destroyed. God blew it up.
God said, check this shit out.
Imagine how that sounds.
Can
God blew it up.
I want to roll to try and connect that with the weird feeling that I felt earlier.
Yeah, that feeling did coincide after Shade had run off. Didn't take too long.
I felt that. That's what it was.
Are you saying that like mood or like that's you
hurt
physically
him.
felt? Ah.
Well, it's a good thing I gave it to him then. He got rid of it. I knew it'd be better in his hands.
I've never felt that before.
That's fairly worrying.
He did say that the page stung a bit.
Oopsie.
Okay.
I was worried of something bad happening if I threw the whole book in the river, so I put a single page in. He said that hurt, to which I then handed the book over. You can see the of a god that I do not worship, who now shows up to a normal man and goes, that hurt. The sort of fear that is instilled in a man.
Yeah, actually, that makes sense.
I mean, if it makes you feel any better, I got a note from a different god saying, good job, you might have to replace me. So, like, I'm not stressed out yet.
Oh, wait. Huh?
Oh, right. I didn't... Sorry. And I'll show him the note that I got. After I made all guys' stuff, I got a note a while ago from somebody.
Artemis is immediately going to reach for it.
Do you show them the tools that you got as well?
Oh, yeah, I would show them off. You'd know they're a little bit divine. It's like, yeah, it allows me to fix
right.
stuff a little easier.
Yeah, there's these brass tools that he has now that are, like, definitely, divine in origin.
Yeah, I'll pull out a letter that says, most people don't catch my attention like you did. Most people bore me. What you did today was art. As a smith myself, I can't help but feel some pride in your work. Good job. Keep walking the path. Maybe you'll even take my place one day. D. And I remember my creator dad said something about it. Which god was it?
Draconder. He is the
Yeah.
god of smiths and craftsmen.
Listen, I'm not here to replace nobody or nothing. It's just a matter of
As the extent, I also make a religion check.
I don't know. I just got a really nice note after that. I thought one of y'all was just hyping me up. So
All right, so there is a tradition among the worshippers of Draconder that there is every few hundred years somebody gets selected to have a contest with him. One of crafting. Typically, this will be a mighty weapon or a suit of armor that is crafted. And whoever has the highest quality becomes the next version of him, basically. Are you familiar with the concept from Elder Scrolls of Mantling?
No.
Vaguely.
So, if you become enough like a god, you can become that god, essentially. In the Elder Scrolls version of Mantling. But this is more like, hey, I'm kind of tired of this. I want to pass my divinity on to someone else. Think you'd be a good fit. Let's see who makes the better shit.
Funny enough, that's literally what from the Baldur's Gate reference earlier. That's what Jurgle did.
Yeah, that's what Jurgle did with the
Jurgle was
Dead
like,
3,
I'm tired of being the god of death. I'm gonna split my domain up into 3, and you guys get it. And I'm gonna fuck off and go just be a bookkeeper in the library of the dead.
Yeah, pretty much. This guy just wants to like become mortal again because he's a demigod.
So yeah, I have that.
But yeah,
So
that's a
what- now I
tradition
guess-
in this faith is that those who impress the current Draconder becomes the next one eventually.
I just
And
shrugged.
those were some pretty fucking powerful weapons, Smith. So.
You said you got this. When?
After I made all of your gifts out of your weapons and shields and whatnot out of the beetle, that's what it came down to.
You
I mean, after
realize
using your
he's
sword that tracks, yeah.
saying that he might challenge you in the future in smithing, right? And then you.
Oh, that's cool. I mean, like, take his place. Oh. Okay, I gotta figure. Well, first we gotta make sure we actually live through all this, and then I could consider a retirement plan.
Typical humble craftsman. Man, I don't
I
want
get-
to
I
be
get-
a god. I just want
I
to make
get the
stuff.
Well,
The
I don't
most-
mind making shit. I love making shit. The problem is that like that sounds really cool. We gotta take care of this first.
The most
Okay.
normal human man of us all is the robot.
Yeah.
To clarify, okay.
John Normalbot.
Here's what I know.
It's from Brooklyn, man. I don't know what you want.
That would be D. That would be Draconder.
Okay.
Not many people grab his attention, but you did. And those that do grab his attention usually go on to be challenged by him in a smithing contest.
Okay.
And the winner gets to take the place if you win.
Oh, okay.
You become the next Draconder.
Like,
He's
I
saying
don't-
he might challenge you soon.
Oh, okay. I hope.
Maybe not
You know,
soon, but
Yeah, like
the letter was like, keep up the good work, and maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know. Should I go buy some expensive material and say what's good? Like
You're
I
on the
don't
right
know.
path. You're on the right path. I got my eye on you. You're like, you haven't even made it to like, you'll be my apprentice. It's like, nah, do some more stuff. Maybe we'll see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Well.
But just
Alright.
to clarify that before we move on, that's what happened.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm not gonna lie, that dragon fight took some out of me, not a whole lot, but I know I need to go see Calmore. Well, yeah, what is our plan? Now that we know there's a living storm or uncontrolled storm, we use storm happening, and then we got this.
Oh,
Do we have to?
that reminds me.
Yep.
Good news on my end. It sounds like the wyvern fighters or wyvern hunters. These people that y'all were talking about. Sounds like that was a bust.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, 100%, yeah.
Right. Well, got some confirmation from some old friends. The Order of the Dawn down in Blackstone will be rounding up some troops for us.
Oh,
Oh, that's
Alright.
wonderful news.
Jesus. All right. Well, this is. You
How-
know,
Which
I hope we're not generals. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, I'm not a leader. I'm a frontliner. This is a lot from what I'm used to.
I pulled some strings with some friends I had, and one of them does happen to be a general, so he can run that better than I
Oh,
can.
he's got the important bits. Okay.
I want to be a general. It's on my bucket list.
Yeah.
Right. Well, to be a general, you have to be, yeah.
Oh,
I
from my
believe emoji. I like do the hand on the shoulder thing. I believe you can do it. You got
from my conversation, I got the understanding that the Order of the Dawn has been kind of dwindling as of lately. How big of a presence does the Order of the Dawn currently have versus what it once held? Like, how well known is this order, quote unquote?
Not as big in this country as maybe the Western Hemisphere of the world is, but there was a decent force here in Andronia. There are other knightly orders that are much bigger, though.
Yeah, they have dwindled over time, sadly, but they
Especially with the expedition into the Shadowfell. That one has left a mark on
try to avoid that bit. But they have
them.
dwindled over time. They've had some rocky sort of blows in the past, but the ones that remain sound like they are eager to show their worth again.
Well, glad to have them in on it then. As for what we're going to do, my mind is not wavering from what's in front of us. We know what's going to happen. We know where, and we know soon.
Okay.
We also don't really fully know how to kill Marcus.
Yeah.
Um,
I was
if
gonna
I remember
say,
from the notes, he's not the prototype. He made prototypes. He subjected others to this transformation, forced them into some larval state that would be capable of taking on the Devourer's mantle, and then killed them so he wouldn't have confirmation. But there were no notes on how he did it in the book. So I don't know if this larval state needs a certain way to kill it, or if he just offed him with a blade and enough stabs.
honestly, when he showed up the first time, we kicked the shit out of him. He had to leave. So if he's still in that same state, then it's not too bad.
It's also a larval state. That was him entering that state for the first time.
Hmm.
If I'm right, Vaz, he's growing with power as time goes, right?
Mm-hmm. As he matures and eaves.
Okay. Question: do we know what kind of dragons the storm is holding off? Is it just like regular dragons, like the one we got today, or is it some weird special edition?
So
dragon?
I have a world map that is outdated. I need to update it to have more details like the current one. But this is a territory map.
Okay.
If
One
you
of them
turn your
is
attention to this.
California. I see it. The dark.
Everybody fucking says that about the Iron Coast, bro. It literally is like California shaped.
It's just California. Literally nothing's different.
I haven't quite
Coast.
I haven't quite updated the scaling on this map just yet because this is a bit outdated. But over here is the Realm of Dragons across the Sea of Storms, and that place is ruled by those dragons. This is the last bit of the old world that is left, their old empire, and they want to restore it.
Okay.
Which they used to rule this entire eastern, northeastern hemisphere here, along into here as well.
I guess the question kind of comes down to is if that goes down, and we're not dealing with some whack ass dragons like the one off to our side. Here's the issue: is with Marcus, we know his goals and intentions and everything. With the dragon to the west, we can for sure kill him once we get enough on our side, of course. But I think we know the plan of Marcus and what his goals are, what he has to do. But when it comes to the dragon, he hasn't stopped. I feel like he's nearing his point where we have the ability to stop him. And if he keeps going, we can't stop him.
Thank you for the follow,
Nice.
Granny.
He's growing. We need to stop him now.
Yeah, because I feel like if he gets enough power, the other dragons off in the east will go, fuck it, he's got command and everything. Let's listen to that guy, and things get worse.
Not only that, but we have now committed a fair number of allies to meet us there, and are expecting the dragon to be there. And I'm not particularly keen on having sent a whole bunch of people to their death and not showing up.
The issue here too, if I remember correctly, Vaz, where they once were going to work together, Marcus and the dragon working together, bad. Now they have both become fully separate entities attempting to do two completely different things, right? And both are bad.
As far as you're aware, that what was detailed in the journal was that Shargral is interested in releasing Sarlagrim, while Marcus is interested in releasing Sarlagrim so he can feed on him. He is not, by far, strong enough for that yet.
So, wait, if he goes to the storm, he'll have power to get him, but if we kill him and then we... How do we destroy the body? Because if he can feed off of the body or the soul or something, here's what it comes down to. Marcus might actually be at the dragon to try and swipe in or swoop in and get a kill steal and get the essence off of him than the storm. But if he
does,
goes...
if he does swoop in to steal the kill, congratulations, he's there and we have an army.
Yeah.
And we can do what we can to try and kill him.
Yeah.
Right.
We
Okay.
have to do the dragon then, because if we go to the storm and he just doesn't show, that's a whole dragon and Marcus being over
Here's
there.
the
It's too
thing.
much of a risk.
Right.
Yeah,
We also need a way to get to the Island of Storms. And
Yeah.
not just anyone can do that. But as soon as we slay this dragon and I claim the hammer,
Oh yeah, you'll have all your
Andros
rights. Yeah.
says that I should be his chosen. And as his chosen, I may have the authority to take us there.
I feel like
And-
someone being
Good
called the
point.
chosen would have second highest authority.
Yeah, and stopping Charlegral at the very end confirms that we can slow down, if not stop, Sarlagrim's release. Releasing Sarlagrim is bad already. Releasing Sarlagrim and letting Marcus feed, even worse. So if we can
Wait,
stop
wait.
Charlegral,
What do you mean release Sarlagrim?
that's Charlegral's, that's his plan. The from what I understood, what I have outlined there in the notes there is that they were going to work together. Charlegral was going to make a distraction, and Marcus was going to release Sarlagrim and feed on his essence, and that would make him powerful enough to sort of start this chain reaction and continue to feed.
I was just told that they were working together. I wasn't informed that Sarlagrim...
They have now separated. Sarlagrim has gotten a bit
He gets his-
prideful, as red dragons do, and plans on releasing
Sarlagrim is the one that's captured.
or Charlegral.
Sharagral is the one that's the dragon that you guys
Charlegral
are
got a
targeting.
bit prideful, and now plans on releasing Sarlagrim for his own plans, for not letting Marcus feed, for his own ideals.
So they were working together, and now because they're both really powerful, they can just do whatever they want and do their own thing.
Well, more like the dragon, as most dragons do, got prideful. He decided to screw this. I have my own agenda, and I'm better than this little mortal human. So that's the dragon's new agenda. It still lines up partially with Marcus, because Marcus wants Charlegrim released anyway, so he can feed.
Okay, so
They
this
just-
is like almost
they
a
just-
3 birds, 1 stone situation. They're
they
all
just
gonna have
want-
to be near each other.
They just want him out for 2 different reasons. We stop Charlegral, we put a big wrench in Marcus's plan.
Okay. Okay, that makes the stakes a lot higher than they already are.
Yeah, but people know, thankfully, even Andros, and I'll gesture towards you, Artemis, people know, words are being discussed. It's, then we have to do this dragon first, because
We
if you got the
have to.
weave,
Yes.
yeah, because statistically and possibilities are going to be very different. We can warn those at the storm area, hey, the weave wall that's there, the storm's holding them off, it's going to be under threat, we need to prep over there. The South Army is probably going to lose some of its forces, but thankfully, due to Emoji's mother, is they still have fighting forces in different areas that, you know, higher up in the leadership. It's just there's so many on the front. They all have their own agendas. It's just a matter of taking them down one at a time. So I think Dragon's gonna have to be the biggest threat here, because 1, he doesn't stop. 2, we don't know a whole lot compared to Marcus. And 3, I mean, this is a whole country of dragon killing motherfuckers. If the weave thing goes down, everyone's gonna want to go to party.
I mean, even if, right? Even if we kill Sharagral and Marcus unleashes Salagram. Salagram, okay.
I feel like
Okay.
Saligrim would be very against getting devoured, so I feel like something's gonna go down for
Well,
sure.
here's the thing. Andros himself nearly died just trying to contain Salagram.
Yeah,
Him
Marcus.
and the other 7 champions.
Well, then Marcus would have no way of actually getting him unless he's got something crazy we're unaware of.
Right.
Even with the shard giving us a power boost.
So, in that moment, it's not Marcus that we have to worry about, it's Salagram.
Which is why we stop this dragon before he gets the chance.
Yeah, no, we have to definitely stop this dragon thing, because if Marcus, unless he found something crazy and just snuck up on it and got it, there's no way he can take down him if he's that much of a threat. Then
Right.
we have to kick this dragon's ass, make sure he doesn't get anything good off of it, and then from there we know what he wants. He has to take
Right.
down these certain points. So this dragon's obviously a goal here.
Okay.
Right. And above
So-
all else, we know where the dragon will be. We are guessing at where Marcus will be. Let's take the sure bet on reducing what we have to go up against rather than taking the stab in the dark.
All right.
All right.
I have a question.
So, yes.
So we mentioned before though that the mirror. They said that in the journal that the mirror was key, right?
Yeah,
Or
it
we
doesn't
still haven't figured out that part. Where does the mirror come in all of this?
doesn't address it. It just says something about the mirror is key, but it doesn't mention why.
And plus, the
We-
mirror is hidden as very well at this time, so
Fabian has
it's going to be a
obviously
pain in the
know.
ass.
Artemis,
Hmm?
would the mirror be safer in Andros's possession?
Andros said that it would be a problem.
It would be a problem.
Messes with him.
Yeah, and the Grand Wizard is actually holding on to it, and he figured out a method to keep it safer and door away at this time. So
Wait. It messes with him?
He said.
Did he
it's
describe
not-
how?
No. He said it would not be good for him should he be the one to hold it.
That
mean-
goes fairly long past just summoning angels and demons. There is.
it's got to be containment. Okay, the only thing I can think of is if there's demons and angels trapped on that, it can make other forces weaker when they're near it. That's the only thing I can think of. Because
I mean,
Andros is like the most unique thing on here, and if it messes with him, then it's specifically tied to people like him.
also, I mean no disrespect, but it seems like if certain items are tied closely enough to these things, the devourer and what have you, that because of what they are, even the item connected to them can hurt Andros. He's a god. I threw a page into a river and he told me it hurt. That was just a page. I handed him the book because I knew it'd be better with him, and he burned it. There is no doubting that he's powerful. Again, a literal god walking among us. These things that are tied to these entities sound like they can hurt him. If that mirror is tied to one of these entities, that's probably why it can disrupt with him. It's powerful, and it may be powerful enough to mess with his magic.
Okay.
Let's really hope Fabian has a handle on it.
I trust him. He's creative sorts, and he's doubles and triple checks his work. When I was there,
Okay.
he was messing with some demons in his warehouse when he was summoning them, and even discussing and talking with them at some points. So he's getting better. He says he doesn't fully have control over it, but he is learning, and the more you
Smash
know, the
cut.
better.
Smash cut to Fabian. Oh God! Ah, everything went wrong.
Ah! Ah! Why?
Balrog. Like, oh my god! And Angel's just throwing hands with it.
He's
just trying to like,
dying
yeah,
right
Jimmy,
now.
yeah.
I trust him.
You shall not pass.
You shall not pass out of the mirror, shatters it. It reforms.
fuck.
It comes out anyway.
You fool! You broke my only containment.
Okay,
Oh, shit,
if this
containment
mirror
breach.
is powerful enough to mess with Andros, and it's key to whatever this is, it has to be connected to the primevals in some way.
It has to be.
All right, let's.
Can
Okay,
I make
We'll read into
an
that.
Can I make an Arcana check or anything to see if I can maybe tie some strings to maybe start finding at least some kind of like full on like Always Sunny like meme Mac in, or was it Charlie in the fucking like with the red string?
Oh yeah,
and,
with the
like,
conspiracy board.
See
Yeah.
if I can like if I can make like an Arcana check to see like, okay, this page was tied to one of the primevals, and this book hurt Andros. I know that Marcus, what is it, took a portion of like the Devourer's claw, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then did that. Can I make any kind of check to see like, okay, if there's another primeval, or if there's something that like what would match up with this mirror if this mirror is tied to one of them, and try to maybe find some kind of like pattern here, or like why can this mirror mess with Andros?
Okay.
Would that be Arcana or Religion, or if I can even do it?
You can give me either of those.
You cut out for me.
I said you can give me either of those.
Okay. Let's do Arcana. 9. Sorcery point. God, I lose those quickly. Fuck. 15. Not all that much better.
Okay, let's see. Oop, hold on. I had a note somewhere in the laboratory stuff, so let me go back to that. All right. So, with a 15 Arcana, you're not super familiar with the primeval entities, as they are rather esoteric Arcana. Most people aren't even aware of their existence. Only those who are the people who are privy to that are typically very high ranking in the church or very knowledgeable sages. in this particular case, with the 15, you wouldn't quite know, but you know this, at least. Primevals are tied to specific hungers. The Devourer hungers for all things, and as such, was the most powerful of them. That's the most well-known. You also know of the Watcher, thanks to this. A situation. Other situations. You would know that the Watcher hungers for knowledge. Other than that, though, you aren't entirely sure what other primeval entities might be.
Okay. I feel like everyone sees Shade like open up one of his journals and start like just writing things and like making making little connections and like making like footnotes and like bullet points and like, you know, this means this, and then primevals are tied to hunger, and like trying to find some sort of connection but not really finding anything tied to the mirror, what that could mean, but starting on some sort of like fucking theory.
Perhaps somebody that the party knows would be able to provide more information. Someone knowledgeable. Artemis with a 15, you have pretty much the same thing going. Theo don't know jack shit.
Yeah, fuck if I know.
Fuck magic. I hate
18.
magic.
Odd, 18. Wonderful.
I'm not proficient in this, but I'll give it a whirl.
Holy shit.
Oh my god, what the fuck? You got higher than Artemis did with guidance.
Her parents were adventurers. They probably did some delving in some ruins.
That's
learned about
true.
some
That's
shit.
true. Alright, so
I'm gonna talk to the guy once.
here's something that above an 18 would provide you with. The Devourer's Claw, in particular. This is a weapon that you would have heard of this. One of the champions who helped Andros defeat Sarlagrin actually wielded one as a katana. A piece of the Devourer's Claw.
You said who was it?
One of the champions that assisted Andros in defeating Sarlagrin. However, his weapon was taken into Imperial custody and vaulted, as the weapon had driven its wielder insane. If you picked that up.
I do. I know where
Okay,
this is
cool.
going, yeah.
You probably remember that session.
Yeah, Emoji's gonna point to Shade and say, wait, what was that last thing you just said? About the Devourer and all that stuff?
Well, mostly from what I understand, I don't know a ton on this, but from what I understand, certain primevals are tied to certain hungers. The Devourer hungers for all things. The Watcher hungers for knowledge. I don't know if there are any others outside of that, or what they might even hunger for. I know these things, these items, are, you know, vastly tied to these entities. The Marcus obviously has a portion of, or one of, the Devourer's claws. I don't fully know how that works, but is using that to empower himself. I know that book that I had, I believe, was tied to the Watcher in some way, and now burned. And I was trying to find maybe a connection to the mirror, but I'm not sure much past that.
But I don't know about any connections to the mirror, but the claw. I have a gut feeling it's in Andronia, in the vaults. When Sarlagrim got sealed, one of the warriors that was at that battle wielded that weapon. think the guy ended up going crazy afterwards, but I don't remember that they ended up taking the weapon afterwards, and now it's in the city's archives, if I'm not mistaken.
Right.
Maybe it could be useful? I mean, if it's a part of the Devourer and this guy's trying to become the new Devourer, it must be somewhat important to him.
He did have the capital city, sir.
You're not. You're onto something. You're absolutely onto something. Emoji.
Wait, the city was circled. And
Yes.
was the location
There's
of the
a dog
mirror
going
also
crazy
circled
outside.
as well, like the original location at all?
That would have been on a map of Narse for the original location. No, it seems
so it
that
was
he
only a
was
map of Andromeda,
unaware.
okay.
It seems he was unaware of where exactly the mirror was, but he was aware that Fabian was looking for it.
So
So,
there was the number of locations circled on the map, and one of them is Andronia. This might sound a little crazy, especially coming from me, but what if the list that he had, what if it wasn't like a hit list? What if it was a shopping list? Places
Well,
that he wanted to go to absorb artifacts and
Charlotte Grimm's
primeval as well. I mean, if he can absorb people, why couldn't he absorb weapons of massive power? It would make sense.
That is how he kind of started this larval form, right? Vaz, he like did something to one of the claws of the devourer.
yeah, he used another artifact that was of similar name to do so. That's what was detailed previously.
So some like artifact to devour. So it wasn't exactly the claw that's kept in Andronia, but it was something tied to the devourer. So yeah, he used one of those artifacts to kickstart this larval form. If I'm correct, the ones circled in black are ones circled by Marcus.
Yep.
Well, Charlegrim's fall, we know why that's circled now. He wants to absorb Charlegrim. We have Andros circled. Probably because the claws vaulted here. The Island of Storms and the Meshki's Palace. What is the Meshki's Palace?
The question marks were also from Marcus on the eastern side.
On the mouth of the world. 3 question marks in the mouth of the world. And
Also,
3
the Bog of Eternal Misery and the Black Swamp.
the Black Swamp.
There is so much to work through here.
Ameshki's Palace, the queen of the northern tribes and the wastes in general, is the dragon goddess of winter. She's her particular portfolio is winter, fertility, and war.
Winter, fertility, war.
Wait, Emoji, you said that the Claw of the Devourer weapon drove somebody insane?
Yeah, it was wielded by some guy who was at the battle when Saragrim's fall happened.
He took
I
the,
think he
the
was
story
after
was
the battle.
the story was he went mad and turned into some kind of monster for a temporary amount of time before the weapon was separated from him. He returned to normal when the weapon was removed.
Yeah, something with the artifact and some stuff he was going through made him a little crazy. So they beat him up and then they took it.
Okay.
I heard he was fine afterwards, though. He didn't die, though. Very weird.
Yes. Okay.
If the mirror would negatively affect Andros, which would require power beyond a god. I think the mirror might be powered by a part of the Devourer.
Or something like it.
Something like it.
But in that case, it's not a shopping list, it's a jigsaw puzzle. He's trying to gather all the pieces.
It would seem.
Thank you for the follow, Baffy.
What part would Sarlagrim have?
By the way, Baffy,
Hologram is its power source.
just Baffy, old friend of mine. One of the first people I ever played D&D with, very early on in my D&D career.
Hell
It did a lot of art for me in the past, and is doing another character for me right now. She's
Hello.
basically my sister. I love her to death. Be nice.
I will absolutely be
Yeah,
nice.
yeah.
Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, welcome. Let me just wiggle my wings for you in appreciation. There we go.
We have quite a lot to think about.
No worries about the caps. They're trying to figure out what the villain is doing. So, yeah.
There's very few things. Here's my thinking. There's very few things that are, quote unquote, like a piece of the Devourer. In power, in how they work. I myself can't imagine anything having similar effect to such a degree that it's not safe in the hands of Coronandros.
Who do we have a name for the original warriors that helped with Sarlagrim's fall? Like, do we know who they are? Are they immortalized? Are there statues? Are any of them still even alive?
There is, Artemis would know this, there is a mural depicting the battle in the Church of Andros here in the city. However, it is unknown as to their whereabouts, to where they went. One of the champions was a gold dragon who had reincarnated as a wormling, but still retained much of the power he held before. He had returned to the heavens. He's the only one that they really know what happened to.
The others are just
At this point, he would still be a worm.
The others all just sort of disappeared too. Like Emoji said, the one that went crazy went back to normal after the sword was separated, but then is also just somewhere. No one knows where he is either.
Mm-hmm. They all went their separate ways afterward.
Is there a name for this person, or
for the person? So out of character. These are this was a game where they played as their VTuber characters, so I don't really want to use them because of their likenesses, but I don't want to completely get rid of their accomplishments. So yeah, I don't really have any rights to their characters' names. So
That's really out here like legal. I can't say.
Yeah, I don't have any right to use their names right now. So
I mean, you have the right to say one of them, the dragon who was played by me.
Okay, we'll do that then. Yeah,
yeah, that one, the one that ascended to the heavens, would have been known to the people as Von Mana.
Yeah,
Von Mana. Damn. Okay. Well,
yeah, he's up in heaven hanging out and shit. So
yeah.
There was that plan of like, can we talk to this guy? Can we
Bro's
find
party
him?
up there. We're like,
he saved the world once already. You don't need to do it again. Let him have his break.
New blood.
like,
They got it.
Bro's like, I paid my dues.
Listen, the dude fucking died, got turned into a lich against his will, and then afterward he found out they were using his egg to power a phylactery, which not only functioned as his phylactery, but also for another necromancer's phylactery at the same time.
It was not a good time.
It was not a good time. And by the way, the heart of a of an ancient or older dragon in my setting, after they die, will turn into an egg that will reincarnate them. That's what that was. That was his heart that was ripped out of him after he died. So it
It's pretty fucked.
was pretty fucked, but he was able to
Yeah.
be reborn after removing the egg as a phylactery.
Well, at least we know we'll have a fine meal of fried eggs when we're done.
Oh my god!
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, listen, we ain't letting that thing reincarnate. We're gonna throw it at the.
Another thing that can be done with a dragon, with an ancient dragon's heart, in this setting is if it doesn't become the egg to reincarnate that particular dragon, a particularly powerful mage can use it to create new spells related to the elements of that dragon. So
I'm listening.
Ooh.
Listen,
Yeah.
I may not be a VTuber anymore, but I resent all of this. Don't you dare.
Hey, it's okay when it's done to an evil dragon, right?
I'm listening.
Anyway,
my attention.
but that's out of character knowledge. So, let's get back into character real quick.
Yes.
Okay. There's quite a few things to address here, but let's also not forget that we're crunched on time right now.
Yeah, that's
Oh.
the unfortunate part of it, isn't it?
Yeah.
We still have to prepare for Shargrel right now.
Well, I have also a
Still
small.
just go get weapons. We haven't done that yet.
That's
Also,
what I'm saying.
there's a small contingency of scouts being sent over to Charlegrim's Fall to see if there's anything odd going on there. Just to have, scouts watching that, so we don't have to be too pertinent to go to that circle, see why that's there.
That's actually really good. That is some very good news. Thank you.
Yes. Thank you.
I did what I could.
Okay.
There
So
there are obviously question marks to the east. We'll have to see if there's any sort of way to get to the storm. See why that's circled. And
we
then
can
there's a
do
Meshki's
that once I am chosen.
Palace.
That one's probably going to be the hardest to get to, just because of how harsh the environment is.
Yeah.
And it's also like struggling to figure out why, of all places, what is there other than another dragon god, which I assume maybe to absorb, but what else could be there?
We can ponder this as we prepare and move, but we have to go.
Well, we need to gear up, that's for sure.
Right.
It's very good information.
Speaking of gearing up, Sentinel's father had told him to stop by the lighthouse sometime to pick something up for him. Or from it, rather. Just mentioning that real quick. As for the rest of gearing up, I don't really have enough time to turn it into another shopping session at the moment. So, if there's any shopping you want to do before leaving the city or doing anything else, let me know. Also, there is the invitation to the Emporium, actually, speaking of shopping. So,
Right. The only question I would have is,
that can be done whenever, though.
would enchanting would take like a week at most, at least, right?
Mm-hmm. Enchanting can take a long time if you make your own magic items. It's very
Right.
time-consuming.
All right, that's unfortunate, but
It costs less,
I
but
figured.
it costs more in terms of time.
Or get some
Right.
neat ass material and be Sentinel.
Exactly.
What about me? Sorry. Concerning.
Like
making your own magic, making
Like-
your own magic items is takes a long time and is costly. Or you
Mhm.
can just get some real cool ass material and just be you.
There's
You made
there's
some-
a reason for that. It'll be explained later.
Yeah, but
Yeah, I'm just trying here. I just wanted to make something like a +2s or something. I didn't expect to pull out something with an orange bar. You know what I mean?
I figured, but it's fun to make to poke the funnies.
Indeed.
This one's alright, dude. That's a fucking late game item. What the fuck are you doing with this? I don't know.
I
I could I can
My
explain.
hands just
No,
kind
I
of moved
really-
on their own.
Listen, when you can get really intimate with the metal, like I can, getting in there and compressing in my own hands, shit happens.
You can talk to the metal. You can feel it. You can
There you go, smooth
understand
that
what it
part out.
likes.
And sharpen it with my fingers, like fucking Hancock with that disc. We just
He just starts giving his fucking maul a massage.
there you go. You're gonna smash so many fucking skulls open, aren't you? Is he talking to his weapon? Hey, Artemis.
Alright, so here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna decide on a direction and go there, alright?
Okay.
So what does the party want to do with the information that they have?
Well, I do have Calmore's TP place, so it could be a short run towards the Stormhammer Tower. I can also talk to my folks back in Tolaran, so we can get more help over there too. That's about everything on my end, at least.
I think the best course of action would probably be teleporting to Sir Calmore's place and walking from there.
Right.
Because we don't have an ETA for when Big Dragon's kicking in the door, do we?
No.
Do you think it's worth the risk of getting some folks from Tolaran to help us out too, or do you think we should head straight to the Stormhammer Tower?
At this point, probably head straight there. Just because even if
Yeah, I'm not
we have
gonna
two
lie.
things running on a timer here, and we want to try and
Be ahead of the game.
time is a bit of the essence for everything we're doing.
Okay, all right. It's just I'll tell Calmore to send a letter or something over to them if they can do that or meet us there. I mean, worst case, we have someone to cover us if all goes to shit.
Right.
Right.
Have I heard anything from the army yet?
You have
About
not
then?
checked in just yet, but you also haven't checked your mailbox since
Oh
this
yeah.
morning. So
Oh yeah. I guess I should probably do that. While the
yeah, they said they would send you a letter. So
okay. Well, I'll be right back. I need to go check something just outside. You guys continue talking. Artemis is gonna get up and actually head out and check the mailbox.
okay, and the mailbox does indeed have some letters in it.
Artemis, what the fuck? Where were you? For the government notice pending forward. Answer immediately.
All right, some of them are addressed to your parents. One of them is addressed to your sister, and one of them is for you from the military.
All right, she's gonna head back inside, place the letters down for her family, and then open up head back to the party and start opening up the letter along the way.
Okay. You probably read it when you're with the rest of them, so you just like set the rest of the letters down for your family to get later.
Yes.
Okay. The letter itself says that you have received permission to command a force of no less than 100 men for your official capacities as. What did we say your rank was again? Hold on. I didn't check.
First lieutenant.
As first lieutenant. These forces shall be readily available for you when you are ready to begin your next mission, which is, of course, going to be heading to Stormhammer Tower.
You kept cutting out.
Really? I'm cutting out? Oh my god. Okay. Let me get my mic a little closer here. I don't want it to pick up my fan is the problem. I said that you have been approved for the command of no less than 100 men readily available for you when you begin your next mission. And they will be at your beck and call when you're ready to head out to Stormhammer Tower.
All right.
Don't hear the fan? Okay, good. I was worried about that. It's pretty hot in here, so turning it off is not an option.
Okay, some more good news. It looks like I will be commanding a force of no less than 100 soldiers for this upcoming battle.
Oh, very nice.
Mm-mm.
All right.
I can call upon them at any time at a moment's notice.
The one problem with this is they are ordinary soldiers. So if there's a breath
Oh.
weapon that's particularly large, that's a big threat.
Yeah, I'll keep them within the tower manning the siege weapons.
That's probably the best idea.
So I'm actually going to go. Before we head out, I'm gonna let the garrison know that I want to send my men to Stormhammer Tower to man the siege weapons within the tower.
All right. I think other than that, we just need to stock up on some health potions and maybe some fire resist potions.
Yes.
For the shopping stuff, we can handle.
we can handle that.
Right.
We can handle that during the downtime stuff as well. So
Right.
we'll handle the actual shopping with downtime.
Okay.
But just in character, we're going shopping and then we're leaving. Yeah.
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 Who will be handling the shopping primarily, if I may?
The only
ask?
thing I would want to get is like maybe a scroll or two of Heroes Feast. That's as far as I can think of anything.
Artemis will join the
Sure.
shopping as soon as she lets the
Well-
garrison know.
Emoji will head the expedition.
Some of you have been here before, and understand Finn's Arcane Emporium is like a fucking shopping mall, huge inside, that has magic shops of anything you can think of, pretty much.
Ooh, we can also. Okay. So
And
we
it's
can
right
also
across from the
handle-
Mages Guild.
We can also handle what the Shield Guardian mentioned when we go shopping. Actually, we can talk about. I don't think it'll take long.
What's that?
When the Shield Guardian spoke to us about him wanting to talk to us at.
Oh,
the,
like actually the guy. Yes.
Yeah.
I would like as soon as you step in, there's already statues of us. Like, what the fuck?
We might get some more money to shop that way too.
Hmm.
So I think we should go stop by there. Actually.
All right. Do you guys head over there then?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome. So, when you guys get to the Arcane Emporium, go ahead and just move your token over there, Artemis, since the group's going over there. It's really big in here. You've been in here a few times with your parents because there's not only magic shops in here, but there's also like a little fun center, and there's like a show that gets put on occasionally here. There's like a dining hall as well. So there's a few restaurants in this emporium as well. But the main attraction here is indeed its magic shops. And they're all very specialized. So there's like a scroll shop for every single school of magic. It has its own fucking shop for it. Every single shop, by the way, is run by a simulacrum of this dude Finn. And you see this kind of very scrawny looking half-orc behind the counter of everywhere. And he sounds exactly like the guy who you guys got the Shield Guardian from. Yep, so you're greeted at the door by one of these simulacrums. He says, hello! We recognize you. We've been waiting for you, actually. Finn Prime can be found in the dining hall right now as we speak. He would like to speak with you. So let me just send him a little message and let him know you're here, and he can wrap things up or swap with another simulacrum and take care of the business. I assume that's what you're here for.
Yes.
Oh,
we're
man,
here
I
for
hope we're
business
not bothering his lunch break.
As well.
Oh, not at all. He was just putting on a little magic show for some of the children that the parents have been separated from in our rather large shopping center. We'll find them lickety-split, though. You don't need to worry about those children whatsoever. This happens all the time.
A flashback to when Artemis was also lost. by her parents.
By the way, the simulacrums, they look exactly like Finn. Finn has not, or at least the simulacrums, have not aged a single day since you were little.
Yeah, I was gonna say, she's not trying to hide it at all. She's pretty glad to be here because she hasn't been here since she was a kid, so she's going to fully enjoy herself within this place.
As is customary for all guests in our wonderful emporium, you are entitled to a free voucher for your first visit. This will provide you with a credit of 10 gold towards your first purchase. And he hands each of you, except for Artemis, and I think we said Emoji's been here before, right?
Probably, yeah.
Okay, so anybody who's never visited the Emporium before, so Sentinel and probably Shade. Actually, Theo's scared of magic, so he probably would have never been here
Theo's scared
before.
of magic, but he's taken his young daughter here and has probably been dragged here fairly unwillingly.
All right, so he hands a voucher worth 10 gold to Sentinel and to Shade. And he says,
neat.
if you find anything you'd like to purchase while you're here, please feel free to use the voucher.
What?
Voucher is one-time use only, and using Disguise Self does not allow you to be eligible for any future vouchers. For we, the Simulacrums of Finn, are equipped with True Sight. Any attempt to break this rule will be met with asking you to politely leave the store. Please keep that in mind as you shop.
I don't know why I was expecting any attempt to breach this will be met with lethal force.
Emoji like emoji. Yeah, emoji. Yeah, emoji. It's pretty funny.
Oh.
I was a kid. I love this place.
How
It's like
much
that
are the
word.
vouchers worth again?
10 gold
10 gold.
10 gold.
towards your
Okay.
first purchase.
I want to say that the Finn thing and Artemis say 10 gold at the same time.
Ah, yes. I thought I recognized you.
Yes, yes.
Every single simulacrum is equipped with the knowledge of every single customer that has ever entered our store.
Oh, that's creepy.
It is necessary.
Well, I love
And with
it.
that, he holds the door
I'm
open
just
for
gonna
you guys
walk in.
without saying anything else. Please enjoy your time here.
I absolutely will.
And please remember, there is a spill on... hold on, wait. There is a spill near our magic weapons shop. Please watch your step while moving through that area.
Will do. Thank you.
I wonder what kind of spirit they had.
Probably some magic bullshit, if I had to guess.
Hopefully it's not Sovereign Gru. That would be really bad.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I mean, it should be fine. They have universal.
So,
Sovereign, right?
so as you guys are walking through the stores, you see all these various shops. Pretty much anything that you're looking for that is beyond the mundane, but also the mundane, can be found here. Anything that you're shopping for, in fact. And you guys actually would be passing by the magic weapons store. And you would see a few people stuck to the ground. Thank you, Emoji, for the idea. A few people stuck to the ground, and some simulacrums and other automatons that are here are currently blocking the area to prevent anybody else from walking onto the Sovereign Glue. And they say, everybody, please avoid this area. We have Universal Solvent on the way. Please remain calm.
Amazing.
And thank you for shopping at Finn's Arcane Emporium. But eventually you guys would get to the food court where there are a few different versions of Finn who are, and I say that because they're all dressed in different ways, but they look pretty much the same physically. Putting on a show for the people that are there in the food court eating. It seems that they all have a band together, and they're playing music. One of the Finns, who's standing near the stage but isn't playing, sees you guys. Did you bring the Shield Guardian with you, by the way? Sentinel?
Are we allowed to?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. As long as you don't try to steal anything or hurt anybody.
We just have this giant ass golem walking.
I
around.
mean, there's there's a shit ton of them around the store. So like,
Yeah, that's fair. They probably
I
have some
mean,
on display. Yeah.
so would you bring one with you, or would you bring it with you, Sentinel? In that case?
Yeah, I think
All right, cool.
probably.
So he would see the shield guardian with you guys, and he comes over and he says, "Ah, it's so wonderful to see you in the flesh. I am Finn Prime." By the way, he looks exactly as he used to look when you were little Artemis. He hasn't aged a single day.
Artemis loves every second of being in this place.
He rubs his hands together and he says, "I am so looking forward to this. I've already drawn up a contract for you guys to read over and sign. It's not going to be anything too pervasive or anything like that. Basically, the gist of it is I want to be able to watch what you guys are going to be fighting in the future. I take it you guys are all adventurers, right? The adventuring sort?
Yeah.
I suppose so.
After all, the way you defeated that dragon so quickly, you must be rather powerful adventurers, fighting heroic, epic monsters and things and such, right?
I fight wherever Andros sends me.
Champion of Andros. Even better. The people of this town will eat it up. All right, well,
Literally, she was in the paper.
which of you are more legally inclined?
That would be me. Theo will say, stepping
wonderful.
up.
Then I shall hand this to
That
you.
is so fucking concerning.
I shall hand this to you then, sir, as he hands you a piece of paper.
All right, give me a moment, and Theo will pour over every word of the
Okay.
contract.
Are you looking for any small print as well?
Yes.
Okay, give me a perception. Or an investigation, whichever's higher.
Can Artemis look over his
Emojis?
shoulder and help him?
I was gonna say, Mojo's
Sure,
gonna
why
do the
not?
same thing.
Not that the help action would help here very much, but guidance might.
Yeah, she's gonna place her hand on Theo's back as she casts guidance.
All right. So, go ahead and roll that d4. Okay, 22. You would see there is indeed some small print. It's not exactly like super hidden or anything. It's kind of just like written in very small text. By the rest of the text says, by entering the combat arena, you consent to merchandise being made and sold featuring to your image in reference to your battles in the arena. A 10% cut of all merchandising profits go directly to the consenting party with a minimum payout of 100 gold per month. By signing this document, you consent to further merchandise to be made featuring your image and based on battles fought outside of the arena with an increased cut of profits of 20%. You consent to keeping a sending stone on your person to contact Finn Simulacrum number 312 whenever you are about to engage in a battle you deem to be exciting and marketable. Those words are in quotation marks, by the way. You consent to Finn Simulacrum number 312 scrying upon you without resistance following such contact. A secure monthly deposit will be made to your account in the Andronian First Bank, provided you share your account number in this document. There is a blank line for you to write an Andronian Imperial Bank account number for the direct deposit to be made. In the small print, it says, you consent to your likeness being sold even after your death. Any profits gained as a result of your post-mortem sales will be transferred to your next of kin.
I have some quest- I have
Dude, it
some
feels like we
questions
just got
here.
partnered by Twitch. What the fuck?
Yeah.
And I will
Somehow this
post
is
the
what's coming
full
here.
I will post the full text for this into the Discord D&D chat so you guys can look it over.
All right. I have some questions here.
There's several spots for you to write your own stuff, by the way. Let me just put that there. Of course, you may ask any questions.
All right, so there's a clause here about post-mortem. How's post-mortem defined here? Because there are several ways of defining that, especially considering that there are magics that bring one back to life. So how would that be defined in this contract here?
Ah, yes. Perhaps I should have clarified in the document a bit better. I was a bit excited when I was writing it up, so I may have forgotten. In this case, and he hands his hand out, I will make an adjustment to that to clarify the wording. And I will
All right.
I will speak it aloud while I fix it. With that, he kind of like waves, takes the paper from you if you give it to him, and he waves his finger in front of it, and he says, in the event that you die permanently, this clause will come into effect. While living,
All right.
and if you are deceased and brought back to life, this contract will be re-enabled as if you had never died. Is that fair?
What is the time limit we're looking at for declaring one permanently dead?
If your body cannot be brought back for certain circumstances, such as your body being completely destroyed or you suffering a curse upon your death that prevents you from being resurrected in any way aside from true resurrection or wish, and if nobody ever does that. If
Okay,
you are dead for several hundred years, and if your merchandise is still selling well, and you are brought back to life after that, which I don't foresee happening, merchandise comes and goes. As long as you remain famous and keep performing deeds, people will want to buy merchandise of you. But if you are dead for several hundred years, it's going to fizzle out. So, let's just say if you are brought back to life after 100 years or more, this contract will be null and void.
All right. Now, how does this contract handle undeath?
Ah, yes. Well, if you become an undead and you are no longer in control of your faculties, you will still be considered dead. If you contract the unfortunate vampirism or choose to become a lich, well, those are different circumstances. You would still be more in control of yourself as a lich, let's say, but a vampire is driven by their hunger. If you are a vampire's thrall, then this shall be null and void, as you will no longer be as interesting, unfortunately. At least, in my opinion. I do feel like there is a market for fans of a vampire spawn, though. I can't quite
There
put
might
my
be, but
finger
it's
on
a-
it. Maybe if they're flamboyant.
We'll leave it for further negotiation.
All right. Well, I would like to start making the merchandise as soon as possible. And you won't be receiving the sending stone until this document is signed. So if there's any further adjustments you'd like to be made to this contract, we should, I think, discuss it now. After all, I hear in the news that there's going to be a rather big event happening with you all soon, and I'd like to be able to watch that with your consent.
Hmm.
And by I mean simulacrum number 312.
And this is more of a mechanical question than a legal question. This scrying, well, I suppose it's a legal question as well. This scrying will only take place when we submit a request through the sending stone, correct? You're not going to scry on us taking a shit, right?
Not at all. As I stated in the document, the scrying would only occur after you have contacted simulacrum number 312 with the sending stone.
All right. Fair
After all, I do not wish to see your naked bodies ever.
enough. That is fair, and I appreciate it. Other than that, I don't particularly see anything wrong. If anybody has any other qualms with this contract,
I have a question.
Ask away.
What if I do not have a bank account?
Well, then we can get one set up for you, I'm sure. You can go and speak with the representatives at the bank, and they can get you set up with an account.
Can't you just like deposit the money like into my bag?
Well, That's a good point, actually. I wonder if I could fit a circle of teleportation on a slab into your bag, because then I could just send the money right over that way.
It is a bag of holding, just to let you know. Is that going to be a deal breaker? As I have heard, if you take a bag of holding and put it into another one, bad things could happen. So
That is true. This is
just want to make sure I
teleportation
don't, like,
magic, Cal.
explode. I'm just making sure I don't explode and stuff, you know.
That is a
It's
good
very
point.
important
I have
questions
not
to
ever
ask.
attempted that before. Perhaps we shouldn't. Now, sir, I do actually recognize that ring of yours. You are of the Oswin family, correct?
I am, yes.
Ah, then you should already have an Imperial bank account, correct?
I do, yes.
Perfect. Then, since you are legally representing this entire group at the moment, then can we say that you will be the responsible party for divvying the reward for your merchandise sales? Or should I say
If no one else
profits?
has a problem with that.
By the way,
No.
just I guess out of character for just a quick second, I wasn't there, so I'm watching all of this unfold and wondering, am I included in this?
Yeah, that's a good question.
I'm part of the group. I might have not been at the fight, but I am
Ah,
a part
that's
of the
true.
group.
Well, at least you'll get the 20% afterwards. You just won't get the 10% for the in-fight stuff in the Colosseum.
Oh, you're with them. I thought you were simply waiting to speak with me after they were done. My apologies.
That's
Yeah,
Shade
no.
Walker. He's really cool. He's our friend.
No, part of the group. Huh?
What an interesting name. I'm sure that the young teens will be rather big fans of yours.
I can feel the
Yep.
smug all the way over here. Jesus.
He's more thinking of, what's my target demographic for this kind of guy?
You know, I understand I give off a certain air about me visually. I'm a pretty decent guy, but I get the idea that there might be a certain demographic that might be attracted to the certain aesthetic that I put onto myself. So
Yes, of course, and it's very lucrative to appease them. Now, if you are including this one in here, then I will add an additional line for signing as the line appears on the contract as he says that. That way there's enough room for the names.
Some further questions, actually. We first, in case there's anything defective or wrong with these products, we, the adventurers, are absolved of liability, correct?
Oh, absolutely. I'm only paying you for the likeness, not for any accidents that might happen. Besides, my products are completely safe. And as he says that, can you guys give me a perception check?
Yep.
no. Oh, yeah, I see it.
All right, so you guys are the food court's kind of in a upper level, but there's some railing that you can see to go down, like to the lower floor, kind of like if you were an actual mall, and you just hear someone go, "Ah!" and you see past the railing emoji, someone is flying on a broomstick that is burning, like the back of it is on fire, and he's like spinning around while he's flying it. Though I don't really take into account any user error.
All right,
Go
fair
help
enough.
that guy. Someone, please. Simulacrum number 200. Is that?
I have
Go
some
help
of the
him.
boots. I can go get him if you want.
Oh, don't be alarmed. My staff will take care of it. My completely unpaid clone staff of myself.
Wait, take care of what?
Eh,
Wait, am I missing something? What's going on?
Never you mind. It's
There's
no
a guy on the
trouble.
broomstick and it's on fire.
What? And he'll like crane his neck to try and see what's going on.
She like points out. It's like, yeah, over there.
Oh,
It's just
Watch out for the glow.
oh no.
all right.
Someone got a little too excited about their new boots of firewalking and activated them.
On the
My simulacrum was in
items, it's
my
black.
simulacrum was in the process of explaining that if you click them together, they will ignite and make your feet immune to fire while also being on fire. But it seems that he was a little too excited to get on his new broom of flying at the same time. So, user error there. Didn't wait for the explanation. There's no trouble though. If anybody gets injured, they'll all be brought back.
Oh dear.
This happens all the time. It's quite an event.
Wait, it happens all the time? I thought you said your products were safe.
Oh, they are safe as long as you're within the walls. Watch
Okay,
this. He points at you, and a lightning bolt goes straight through you without injuring you at all.
Oh,
Nobody
Literally,
within the
like,
Emporium can be injured while they're within here.
that's the equivalent of pulling a gun on you, firing, and nothing happens.
By the way, everybody in the food court cheered and clapped as they saw the lightning bolt, and he turns and bows to them.
Literally that one place from Rick and Morty where they have a fucking force field up where no one can die in.
Except you don't actually get injured or feel any of the
Yeah,
pain.
the injuring part is just not there.
Yeah.
So good. Do me next.
Oh, very well. You seem to like it.
Whoa!
Theo had
It did
terrible
this.
flashbacks to being electrocuted by Andros in a dream state. Okay. The other question. How much input do we have on these products?
Well, if you have any ideas of what you'd like to be made, you can, of course, present ideas to one of the simulacrums here, if I'm busy.
All right.
And, of course, I will not be producing anything that makes you look bad. I only want you looking like heroes, after all, because it sells better.
All right. Does this all sound agreeable to everybody here?
Yeah.
I need the
Wonderful.
money, sure.
Then, if you would kindly sign on the lines.
I don't know what I'm gonna do with all this, but
All right.
I mean, I would take it if you don't want it.
I also have my own bank with account.
Ah, wonderful. Then on the line next to your signature, you can put your information.
Wonderful.
And your portion
Okay.
will be direct deposited to your account.
All right.
Yeah. If anybody else wants to use their own bank, feel free. I'm perfectly happy just covering emoji. If she wants that.
I don't like bank accounts. I want to be off the grid.
And you know what? It could be wired through me, and nobody will know it. Nobody will be the wiser.
That is absolutely fair, young Tabaxi. I remember back during my adventuring days, I had an account in the Imperial Bank, but also I had a little bit of a side hustle. That's how I was able to afford building my Emporium. Also the fact that I don't have any employees.
It is a good deal, yeah.
Artemis.
Speaking of the Emporium, let's go buy stuff.
Indeed. And since the merchandise will, of course, be in your image, you are entitled to a half-off discount. As long as it's of you.
Of the merch?
Indeed. You want a plushie of yourself? I've got one right here. It squeaks.
I bought all of the merch already. You mean I get the discount after?
But this one squeaks!
You make a fine bargain. She pulls her wallet out.
Jesus.
I fucking
Just
love
buy
it.
the
squeaking
I'm
plushie.
just here to get those scrolls. I gotta go see my dad. Like,
All right, well, now that that is all handled, he takes the contract, rolls it up, and it disappears in a golden poof as he teleports it to his office. Now that that's all settled, we can begin sales on new lines of merchandise. So, since you asked about any input, what would you like for your first line of merchandise? Perhaps perhaps a hat. Or another shirt. Or, I know exactly what you want. You want your own designer brand shoes.
They could look like my winged boots.
Indeed.
What if I got like winged boots that like got custom embroidered with my face on them?
That sounds like a wonderful idea. I shall begin work on those at once. And by that, I mean my simulacrums.
You know, I'll tell you what. I've got an idea. I don't have anything particular compared to my compatriots here that stands out. Maybe my sword, but as long as you don't do anything too gaudy or
I don't know about that, Theo.
Actually,
think
I
he's
had
very
an idea.
marketable.
I had an idea that would most likely be very popular with the youth. As he holds his hand out and, using prestidigitation, he creates a small action figure of Theo, except his musculature is exaggerated.
I am not sure about that one. I
It
was
also
thinking-
looks younger than you.
flattering, but I still haven't gotten anything particular for this, and he'll kind of like raise the bandages that have been over his missing eye. Because he has not gotten an eye patch or anything for that. They're still just bandages.
That's true. I thought they were just part of your look. Oh my.
If you want to design some kind of iconic, not gaudy, but something that might be marketable or fashionable or whatever, say an eye patch.
Ooh. I have just the idea, and I think I'll be able to help you restore sight to that side of your head with this eye patch. Ooh, yes, I am coming up with all kinds of thoughts. Would you like your family's crest embroidered upon it?
Maybe not the crest, but if you've got something...
Well, I was just admiring the design of your ring there, and that's your signet, of course. If that's not what you'd like, then perhaps a symbol of a god that you worship, or some other symbol that has meaning to you.
Wait, I've got an idea. 2 words. Fake mustache.
We'll put a mustache icon on it.
Oh no.
He's got an impressive mustache, I must say.
So you're looking to replace my eye with something? Like a glass eye, but I'm assuming
Oh,
something
no, not at
magical?
all. The eye patch itself would be magical and would provide you with sight.
Ah, interesting. All right.
Indeed. And for a... It would be a small fee, of course, to make this for you, since it's not actual merchandise that I will be selling just yet. Though, I
Fair.
could sell replicas.
Yeah, that was the idea that I was getting to, is that
You're right.
if you design this for me, we could make much for that.
You're right. Oh! Oh, what if I make it so you can fire a laser out of it? I'm sure the children would love to wear those and pretend that they're firing lasers out of their eyes.
I like that idea.
All right, then, an eye patch that not only gives you vision, but also scorching ray. Wonderful.
You know what? I like that idea. I'm for this.
Very well, I shall begin work at once. I shall use a flame decal for the eye patch.
You know, that
Artemis
actually makes
is
a
proud
very
already, because that is magic, and that means Theo is willing to use magic, and she's proud.
Oh yeah.
that
He
also
was
makes a
completely
very
caught up in the excitement of this.
that is a very good animation visual in my head. So that's top notch. That's that's good.
Now, normally such a... Oh, what about what?
You said a flame decal. What about like a flaming eye?
Ooh,
On the
I
eye
like the
patch.
way you think.
Mhm.
That will likely sell. The children will love it. Children
Yes,
love
I
things
think
that look cool, you know.
I
I'm
just,
sure you
I just
already
love the
have.
fact that like 20 minutes ago, it's just like we need to work fast so we can save the world. And we're just like, hold on, wait, merchandise. We need to plan this out. This is important.
I know that
need
the
to be
world is like
marketable.
in a state where there's people that are like threatening to end it, but like, let's go to the whimsical place.
Listen, if we save the world, I want to make sure that my merch sells fucking like crazy. if I live through this, I want to
Yeah, no,
live.
I think
I want
Sendel
to.
just
I want to
like.
live like a king.
I think Sendel's like, oh man, I want to go see my dad today. I was gonna get some scrolls, maybe like a fire resist potion or some weird shit. Let's go see him. And I was like, you want to get some fucking merch to be turning into marketable plushies? Like, oh dude, I don't even know if we're gonna live long enough for that, man.
All right. Well, it is just about time to start wrapping things up. So, is there anything else anybody would like to say before we just do the downtime
Yeah.
shopping and the DMs?
Have you thought about Wings in Halo?
Wings and Halo. Of course, I saw you do that in the arena. That will, of course, be getting used for your likeness.
Oh, sweet.
Of
That's all I
course,
had.
when everybody sees you, they're gonna be wondering where exactly they are. So you might be having some people asking you to do that little trick. But otherwise, I'll just say, "Oh yeah, she has those all the time," or something like that. It'd be a bit more exciting that way for them, I think.
That's all the input that I had. I mean, I'm assuming you're already making replicas of our weapons.
Oh, absolutely. Here, he holds his hand out, and a small charm appears, and he has a little. It's kind of like a little charm that you would put like on your keys or something, on your key ring. It's a replica of your hammer that you have right now.
Oh,
And you hear
Actually-
your hammer's voice saying, "This is acceptable."
and she's gonna say, actually, you know what? Do you have any of those made right now? I want one.
Well, yes, I just teleported this one to me.
Oh, sweet.
Those are going for 5 copper.
I'll take it.
Great, that'll be 2 copper.
She hands over the copper and takes it. And she puts it on her house keys.
He takes the coppers and he kind of does this like little sleight of hand thing where he's like moving the coppers between his fingers on both hands, like transferring them, like with the little flip thing that Jack Sparrow does, you know,
Oh,
In the
yeah,
first-
yeah.
Pirates of the Caribbean movie. And as he does that, he holds his hands out and they're both gone.
Yeah. Artemis claps.
And as you do so, you see that the coins are actually on your palm, and he says, "Thank you, you're too wonderful." And he reaches out and takes them back.
Oh my god. See, there's a reason I love
So
this place.
good.
Well, now that the contract is signed and it can all be taken care of, please enjoy the rest of the shopping that you might be doing today. If you have any questions, feel free to ask any of the simulacrums or any of the constructs that are here as well. They are equipped with voices thanks to Magic Mouth.
Awesome. All right.
My voice, of course. I know my shoppers can never get enough of hearing it. You all have a wonderful day. I will be going into the little place that I like to call the Simulacrum Sweatshop, but they never complain. They don't get paid. They're just at the mercy of my will. It's wonderful. I will get them started on everything now. And he disappears with a puff of smoke. He really loves knowing the Simulacrum spell because he can make them do all his work for him without having to pay anybody.
He loves telling people that, I noticed.
He does. And with that, that is going to be episode 13 of the Mirror of Summoning. Everybody, thank you for joining. We're going to look for a person to raid, and then I'm going to go eat dinner at my mom's house. Yeah.
Hooray, dinner.
Alright.
Yeah.
Food.
Food. Okay. We're going to raid... We're gonna raid Kisa. this time, I think. She's doing
Okay.
some...
Ooh.
What the hell is that title? Oh, she's like popping some kind of like thing. It says popping your cherry.
Yikes!
Oh,
But she's like popping bubble wrap or something that looks like cherries, I guess. I don't know. It's so funny though.
Right.
All right, here we
Taking
go.
That as a power move.
I will see you guys tomorrow morning for the Kingdoms in the Sky campaign.
heck
So look
yeah.
forward to that. Fare thee well and goodbye. Bye-bye!
Bye.
Bye.
All right, there we go. We have raided.